Hey, so that works now. I think everybody has to agree, but I think you did it. Yeah, nice to see everybody. I'm blind, I cannot see you, but I can see you with my heart eyes. And that's what I do, believe me. My name is Andreas Sallam. I will introduce this workshop here, and we like to introduce also our both colleagues of the team. Luise, do you like to introduce yourself as well?
Yeah, hi. I'm Luise Ogrisek. I'm sitting in Vienna, and I also want to add we're the workshop Dragon Dreaming and Sociocracy, so that everybody who's looking at this video can see or knows which topic we are talking about.
And we both have are the part of the Confestival 2022.
That's right.
This year on the 3rd of October, isn't it? Yes, I think it is.
Yes.
And our team is supporting Finley. Do you like to say anything to the world?
Hello.
He does his technical support and he supports me because I'm blind, and that's why I'm really happy that he can make it possible that he supports us here this afternoon. Yeah, great to see you, everybody. And if you want to have your name and your information, what you do on the session, of course, you can do it when you're speaking next time. It's on you if you want to make it available for everybody or not. So for us, it's important to give you a short impression why we do it, and then after we want to introduce you into the both methods, Dragon Dreaming and Sociocracy, and then we want to have a little break every hour because we think that is really good to have also breaks. If we make a 3 hours workshop, I think it's too hard. So 10 minutes to each hour, we want to have this break for 10 minutes. So the first break will be 10 minutes to the next full hour, and then also 1 hour later, and so on. So are there any questions to the framing from everybody?
I think maybe it's also important to say that we have in the first part, for people who never heard about sociocracy, we want to introduce both of the methods, like really the basics. And then we will do some practical experiences so that you can really feel and experience how Dragon Dreaming or sociocracy is working. So people who are more into the both methods, they probably hear things they already know. And that's why we wanted to maybe give another workshop if there are enough people who are advanced sociocracy and Dragon Dreaming trainers or users, to go more deeply into the topics, because today we have a workshop for beginners. And I think Svetlana and Anne, they both said they already know both methods. So you have to decide if you want to stay or if we make up a new workshop where we can talk more deeply about combining the two methods.
Maybe it's clear that we cannot explore this both complex methods so deeply in this afternoon, because usually you make a complete learning program minimum a weekend for an introduction, but I made my learning, my teacher coaching education 1 year in Dragon Dreaming, and also Sociocracy. I made a lot of time, and so it's really necessary to have it clear that what we do this afternoon here is just for get an impression what's possible and what it's for. And I think it's really necessary for you who are really new in that to get that and to get this impression, because it's if you did not anything to do in this direction before, then it's of course it's an adventure for you, and this adventure will lead you in a complete other thinking if you want to have it a little bit deeper today. And for the others who know already what's possible, we can do another workshop like Luise said. Then you can drop us a mail or a signal message or whatever you have to, a mail or whatever, and then we can explore if we have another opportunity. Yeah, that's for the beginning. And now we like to start with at first a question. Do you have a question to us now for this framing? Good to read that. That is perfect for you. Nice. Anybody else? 3, 2, 1.
No, I think everybody's happy.
0. Yes, great. Okay. Luise, we said that I am gonna start with Dragon Dreaming with the introduction, but I talked so much now and I'm not in the best mood. So I think you can do it as well if you like to. It would be great if you go for it, that you make this a little introduction into Dragon Dreaming. That would be better for me.
Okay.
Just to save my strength.
I would like to share my screen so that you can have a look at, we did 2 A4 sheets where you have the most basic information about both methods. And I want to start with the Dragon Dreaming poster. I hope everybody can see it right now. Now I have to switch it to the other. Can you already see my screen? Just yes.
Yeah.
So in Dragon Dreaming, it's not really a method, but it's rather a philosophy and a process. It's a whole process, but it's, yeah, in short, it's like a process of several steps. And it comes from scientific research from John Croft and his wife Ilanta from Australia, and they also built in a lot of ancient knowledge from the Aborigine culture. There is a lot of knowledge about the circle or the power of circles and the circle culture. And it should be playful, inspiring, encouraging, and assisting people to do wonderful projects together and make their dreams come true. There are 3 main principles that are really important in Dragon Dreaming. The first one is projects, Dragon Dreaming projects or enterprises shall support personal growth. So it's really about committing to your own healing and your own empowerment, because the world consists of many individuals. And if everybody individually cares for growing and materializing the new forms of being and materializes his or her dreams, then the world becomes richer. The second principle is that it's really important to support community building. So projects you do with Dragon Dreaming should also strengthen the community which you are part of. And the third principle is, and this is becoming more and more important, that you also do service to the earth. Meaning in these times, maybe also try to recover, try to I miss a word in English, do good to the earth.
Say it in German, then we can translate it.
Now I miss it in German as well. It's like healing. It's recovering. It's re-establishing things we already ruined with our way of producing things and communicating with each other. So it's restoring. Maybe it's the right word, to restore and to heal the earth. So these are the three main principles that on which all the other steps are based on. So projects you do should be based on these three principles. And now John and his team have found out that every successful project consists of 4 different phases. And those phases are continuously, they repeat and repeat and repeat in each step as well. The 4 phases are: first, you dream. And this is a phase you, in our Western world, we do it too seldomly. So you have to begin a project, there needs to be an idea, and this idea needs to grow into a dream, and you have to communicate about it. That's the dreaming phase. Then you step over a threshold to the planning phase. You start to plan more detailed how you are going to make your dreams come true. And then there is a threshold again, and you come to the doing phase. You start to really implement what you have dreamt and what you have planned. And then, and this is also kind of forgotten in our Western world very often, this is the celebrating phase. So celebration in this sense means you really celebrate, but you also reflect. You also see what went well, what went not so well, and you learn from it. And this learning from what has happened is also a really important part of each project, so that you can go on and you move on with new knowledge. And from learning from what you have done, this is very often already the step into a next level of dreaming, because new ideas arise from that. And then you start the whole process again, and you dream new, and you plan new, and you do new, and then you celebrate again. So these are the 4 phases, and within those phases are 12 steps, but I won't go deeper into that because this would need too much time. If you want to read about those basics from Dragon Dreaming, I also put a link into this into this sheet. You find it below the 4 phases, the Dragon Dreaming wheel. There is an ebook, a Dragon Dreaming ebook, which you can download for free from the dragondreaming.org website. And it's already translated in many different languages. So you can also have a look if there is a ebook in your language, not just in English. And what makes Dragon Dreaming and Sociocracy so wonderfully to be combined is they both share the attitudes. So attitudes of Dragon Dreaming are, we do it together, because together we are much stronger than if everybody is going alone. And one of the main concepts in Dragon Dreaming is you have power with things or power with other people instead of you have power over someone. And that's very, very important to understand how much this changes the whole communication or the way you deal with other people if you let go of this hierarchical behavior. But probably everybody of you who is here knows that. And this attitude of power with creates win-win games instead of win-lose games, because we are really used to create win-lose games. So one person always wins, the other person or the other group of people always loses, and that creates a lot of Verletzung. Can someone help me to translate that?
Sadness.
Injuries, sadness, and
hurt, whatever.
Yeah, and maybe also like deep grief and also resistance, because if you always lose, you start to resist at some point. You don't want to play anymore.
And it's dividing, as it's not making it together, you know. It's
yeah. So creating those win-win games where everybody has an advantage of joining the forces is really, really important in Dragon Dreaming as well. And the last thing I wanted to tell you was the deep listening. This is also part of the communication. Deep listening in Aborigine language, there is a word for it. It's kind of pinakari. I don't know if I pronounce it rightly, but pinakari means you come back to yourself, you feel your body, you feel where you have the biggest tension, and then you let go by breathing out. And in this mood, in this way of being, you listen to someone. You don't have your own thoughts running while you listen to somebody, but you are calm, you're staying within your body, you are feeling your body, and you open your heart to what the other person says, and you are deeply listening to what you hear so that there can be resonance. And then you also speak from there. So you also communicate in this way that you really speak from your heart. And that is called win-win language.
Luise, maybe it's a good idea if we not only talking about that, but,
yes,
to have a short step into practical experience for each of us, even if it's Zoom. I think we can do it. If it's okay for you, Luise.
Yes, sure. I just wanted to suggest the same. So maybe we want all take a time to make a pinakari. Andreas, do you want to lead or shall I?
Yeah, I think I like always the changings. So I think here are others, other experienced people. If there's somebody else who wants to do a pinakari with us, is there somebody? Otherwise, yeah, you or me, we can do it. Is there somebody else who wants to do it?
I just wanted to point out before we do that it's basically 10 to 5, and we wanted to do a break at 10 to 5, just so you.
Great. Thank you that you tell us. Then it's a good step to make it maybe in the beginning of the next part, that we have a break now, and then we can have the little pinakari experience for the beginning of the next break and part. I hope that many people of us will stay, so that we are enough people for the practical experiences that we want to do in the next hour. But let's see. Then we're gonna have a break now until 5 o'clock, that everybody can do a little break to drink somebody, to go to toilet or whatever. And then we gonna meet us at 5 o'clock again, then make a little bit practice, and then we want to have some practical experiences.
Yeah, so just to announce it, I will do the short introduction to Sociocracy as well. And if you want to download those sheets we prepared, there is a Nextcloud link. Finley, can you post it into the chat so that people can download the sheets if they like?
I already have, but I can also do it again, because I think some people.
Yeah, because everybody who joined after you posted it, they probably missed it. And I stopped sharing my screen because then it's easier.
Yes, then maybe you can stop the recording for this little break.
Yeah.
Read.
Okay. Luise, do you want to do a pinakari with us, or do you want to?
I want to just say that I can offer to guide the pinakari.
Oh wow! Yeah, nice one, Svetlana.
Yeah. So like I think there is always different ways to do things. So pinakari is usually like I practice it's 1 minute, and I started with a sound, and then I end with a sound. So that's when you'll know when it's over. And when I make a sound, you just find your own way to connect to your body, to yourself. Usually people like to sit in a relaxed way. Some people like to close your eyes. But anything that helps you to feel more connected to your body and to yourself. Some people bring attention to their breathing, or you can just be in the space with yourself. That's kind of how I call pinakari. All right, so I'm gonna start.
Svetlana, your microphone was off.
Huh, okay, well, that's the sound. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Svetlana.
Yeah, and just to add a little bit, this practice, I think it really helps. I've used it a lot, in meetings. The way like I see it the most is this, like it's like it's the way to find space and time for yourself, even in the midst of everything. You know, just 1 minute is usually enough to really look at things in a new way after you finish this minute. And also in Dragon Dreaming, everybody is encouraged. Everybody can ask for Pinakari anytime. So it's not only like one person telling, oh, let's do this. Like anybody can take ownership and responsibility. Oh, I need to connect to myself. Can we do it together?
Thanks a lot. Yeah. So whenever it is too much information or the tension is getting high, you can ask for doing a Pinakari together. Sometimes it's also enough to just have 3 breathing in, three times breathing out, and you're kind of more relaxed again and reconnected to the earth, to your body, to especially if we are at the screen working in a digital way, it's even more worthful to reconnect to your body and to the earth. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Thank you very much, Svetlana, for taking us through. It's a little bit pity all the time if you use any sounds on Zoom. Zoom's noise gate is working so extremely that it's not possible to hear the sounds, even if you have it directly to the microphone. But yeah, it's not so important. We thought maybe it's a good idea that we have a little breakout session with you all, because even me, I don't like it to talk the whole time and not to have you into contact to each other, because we are many people, not many, but 9 or 10 people. And it's always more interesting for me to get in touch with you, to tell you something more about our both methods and how it works together. But I think it's a good idea to have another 5 minutes of breakout rooms for 2 together by accident, just by accident, who's coming together, and to exchange your experiences with deep listening, with a win-win culture, or with these arguments which Luise introduced to you, that you know from your classical experiences. My question now is to you both in Ebook. What was your name on Dominic, and was Elif? Elif, yeah? Elif, I don't know how you can do it, because you are on one unit together, and maybe it's not the best idea to do it together with you, but if you like to, you can do it with your own.
No, I think it's better. There is a group of 3 people, probably like Dominic and Elif, together with someone else.
Yeah, that could be another opportunity. Mm-hmm.
I could also take my mobile phone and go to
if you're quite quick of that, and you can go on this room quickly,
yeah,
then it's much nicer.
You can do that, but there will be a group of 3 people anyway.
Yeah, but it's more interesting if they are joining a group by accident and not.
Sure.
Yeah, if you can do it, Elif, then go for it. Yeah, maybe if there's not the opportunity to make it by 2, Finley, maybe you'd like to join one session by 5 minutes, if it's possible for you to have the time on your eyes, and you keep us there 5 minutes, and then you bring us back, or you make it automatically. I don't know.
Okay.
So if everybody, if Elif is joining us here, and when she's here, then we can start a little session to exchange our experiences directly. And my invitation is that you do it like it should be in the ideal form, that you have 2 minutes on one person and the other person is listening. Maybe the one with the shorter hairs, for example. And then you change, and the second person do a little reflection, and then after you can talk together. And if you're a free person, no, we are two now. So yeah, okay. Is everybody here?
And
Start.
just
I want to say
let
something
Elif in. Yeah.
before we start. So I'm just passively listening, so I'm not attending really. So maybe you could consider this.
Ah, okay. If you don't want to join, then Finley, maybe you can stay out as well, so that we can do it by the others, so that we have always two in a breakout.
And what's the question? I'm sorry.
The question is, what's your experience with win-lose culture and win-win? And maybe if you have any experiences with deep listening or pinakari or anything, maybe you can also tell us what is your experiences with that.
Thank you.
And maybe I would stay in this room here, that then we can record. Otherwise, there would be nobody. So maybe somebody else can stay here as well. But let's see what is coming. Finley, if you can control that a little bit, that you make sure that everybody has somebody.
Maybe it's necessary to do the breakout sessions manually anyway, because if Stefan doesn't want to participate and you want to stay in this room, and Finley himself is not joining. Yeah,
it's Finley is fit
better
with that.
to manually make the breakout sessions.
Yeah, he is fit with that. He will handle it, I'm sure.
Finley, are you?
Yes, I'm on it.
Okay.
I'm afraid I was not able to make it so that Andreas, you can stay in this room. I'm not sure why, but somehow I can't remove you from the breakout.
You can start that, and if you see that somebody is not in a couple, then you can stay it out. But if I don't join it, then I'm gonna stay. You know, there's coming the question, and I won't join that. So
okay,
so it works.
But we could also stop the recording.
Yeah.
We have the break.
Yeah.
And Stefan, you will be asked to join a room, but you don't have to. It's just a technical thing. You can just ignore it.
Okay.
Okay, then have a good time, everyone.
Ja, schön. Vielleicht hören wir mal 2, 3 Stimmen, wie es für euch war. Das ist ein kleiner Ausflug in die Zweier-Austauschebene. Mögen mal vielleicht irgendwelche Leute was dazu. Oh, English, sorry. Oh God. I was talking in German because my breakout session was in German, so sorry. Yeah, it's good that we are back now. and maybe we like to listen to 2 or 3 feedbacks, like it was in your little 2 sessions, 2 people sessions right now. Maybe somebody like to tell us how it was.
I can share at Svetlana. I was talking to An, and I'm definitely feeling much more connected to An, and hearing each other's stories and experience very valuable to me. And we had some things in common in terms of, that's okay on with me sharing, that we both were studying and practicing Marshall Rosenberg compassionate communication, and that made a difference in our life. And my question at the end, like what I shared, was that it's definitely my deep value right now to listen deeply and to express myself in a different way. But my current challenge with this is that I'm going like through the process of like the differences, because not everybody is open or interested in deep listening, and it's especially hard in my case right now when it's people close to you, like my mom and my sister. And so it's like speaking different languages, like because I am bilingual. Like,
what's your original language?
Russian.
Ah, okay, wow, cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and to be able like to switch between those languages, that's why I'm right now, that's why my current challenge, but
Yeah.
it's also part of deep listening. Somebody says they don't want to do deep listening. It's also part of listening and respect, but
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
but there is also a lot of sadness around it.
Of course. Yeah. Yes, of course. Thank you very much, Svetlana. Who else likes to share what's happened? What was happened?
Yeah, I could share my experience. So I was in a breakout session with Andreas, and for me, it was very like refreshing and vitalizing. Is it right? To be in the breakout session, because yeah, for me it's exciting always to speak in front of people, and yeah, but it also makes it rises my energy level, and I'm more present now, and it also made me feel happy to exchange my experience with Andreas, and I feel joy in myself now.
Oh, wow. Nice one. Thank you very much, Ella. Maybe a third one who wants to share what was happened?
If
No?
one wants to share, and then we can maybe go on.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. If there's nobody else who wants to share something, then we continue, I would say. But I want to let you know before we continue to sociocracy, why I feel so connected with Dragon Dreaming, also to complete the attitudes or the essentials which Luise gave to you, because for me, Dragon Dreaming is much more than a method. It's it changed my life completely, mainly because of 2 aspects which are really important for me for Dragon Dreaming. First is that if you are dreaming, you do it from the future and you look into the past, which I never was practicing before when I learned this method. And so if I'm doing it now, I'm able to go into the future and to look back from there, and to imagine in myself what I want to have into the next period. Later on, if we have the time for it, and if it's our will, we're gonna do a praxis of this basic to a dream cycle. Then you can make this experience if you want to. But it's really, really powerful if you have your goals of the future, then to have your focus, your energy of these goals, and it will change your life completely. This is my experience, which I noticed in the past, in the last 5-6 years, by practicing Dragon Dreaming completely, because the energy was completely differently. And the second is, in my experience, I notice more and more that we all one. This is for me. It need not to be for you, but in my world, everything is connected. Every living form is connected. Not even human beings. Also, trees, plants, animals, whatever, is for me. It's completely connected, and all what I do is just a question in myself. And so I'm building my world, and I connect it with many other worlds. But for me, in my philosophy, in my thinking, in my heart, everything is connected to each other. So these both aspects are in Dragon Dreaming, and much more, because there's also a lot of non-violent communication, of design thinking, of many other aspects which John and his wife put into their experiences of Dragon Dreaming. Yeah, so far, and now we can jump over to Sociocracy and why it's so complementary. I don't know if it's a right word in English as well. Do you understand what I mean? If it's a right word for it, Luise or anybody else?
Yeah.
Can you say complementary?
Yeah, complementary. Complementary.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it's pronounced a little bit differently, but yeah, fine. So, Luise, do you like to give us a little impression of the introduction of that, or?
Yes, and I try to be short, really, so that we can have more practical experience then afterwards. I share my screen again, and it's also for download in the next cloud. I don't know if you see it like this. So Sociocracy is basically a structure, and it's already used in different fields, like in business, but also in NGOs, and a lot in co-housing projects. And it helps people to decide really equivalently. So to make decisions together in a participatory way, and to share power and responsibility. There are also 4 basic principles, which I want to introduce shortly. The most important one for me is how decisions are made. They are made by consent. And consent means it's not your favorite and most beloved decision, but you don't have any bigger objections. So it's good enough for now, safe enough to start with it, safe enough to try to move on with the decision. And you don't have a strong objection where you have the feeling of, oh God, if we do it like this, our aim or our common goal is really in danger to be reached. And that makes it easier to decide, because you just have to have this feeling of, it's okay, we can go on with that, and we will measure in a certain period of time to have a look at things, how they are running, if this decision helps us to reach the goal we want to reach. The second principle is everything is organized in circles. And there is a picture here where you see how the circles are connected. This is the third principle as well. The circles are double linked. So from each circle, two people are in the next inner circle and vice versa. So from the inner circle, two people are in the next outer or more in the periphery. And these circles are working semi-autonomous. So every circle has its own topic that it's working on, and they make their own policy and their decisions within their frame, within their domain. Domain is a sociocratic term, and it means it's the field where you have responsibility for and where you make the decisions for. And the circles are interlinked, each with a kind of leader or coordinating person and a delegate. And then the fourth principle is you have open elections, and that is also a really touching experience. If you are in a group where you know the people good enough that you can you can name their possibilities and skills, and you can decide openly by telling in front of the group why you think this person is appropriate for a certain role. It adds so much value to the group and to the people who step into a role for the circle. So this way of electing openly and not hidden, and it's a very basic principle as well. And what is really important in sociocracy is that within the circles where you work on certain topics, you have a facilitator, someone who moderates the group in a certain way. And this way is pointed out here. It's the consent facilitation. You first gather information, and that's a parallel to Dragon Dreaming, where you also start with gathering information. You start to make a common picture. Together, you gather all the information you can get and which is necessary to have as a basis to be able to decide something. So the first round, someone comes in and gives basic information, and then the first round is are there any questions? What do you need to know more so that you are able to make a decision? so that everybody understands the topic or the proposal. Then you have 2 opinion rounds, and this is for sharing perspectives, to share your opinion, maybe to also make a first proposal. But it's really important that these 2 rounds, like the information round and the opinion rounds, are separate. So if someone asks a question which is already a hidden opinion, the moderator has the or should stop that and postpone the opinion giving to the next round, so that you collect all the information first and then you start telling your opinions. And it's a first round and you speak one after another. So that's really circle culture as well. So you add one opinion and one side, one perspective to another. And that's so magic in sociocracy, that if you hear what the others say, then your opinion maybe changes, your picture gets broader, wider, you have a broader horizon, and maybe you have another opinion after having heard all the others. And then there is a second round where you can add what you have learned or what now your picture is. And after at least 2 rounds, whoever is for whomever it is possible to make a first proposal, how the decision could be made. Someone proposes. In most cases, it will be the moderator, but it also can be someone from the group. So there is a proposal for a decision, and then every person is asked if there is any objection or if there is consent for this proposal. If there is consent, then we are here in this picture with the preferences, you can see here. If everybody has consent, it's perfect. But if someone has a really strong objection, it's called Paramount Objection here, the decision cannot be made. So if one person says, I worry that we can reach the goal if we decide like that, then this person also gives her or his arguments why he or she thinks this dangers reaching the common goal. And then these objections are built into the decision. So the objection is also welcome, because in most cases, it helps to have a better and more sustainable decision afterwards. The last thing I want to tell you in short, because I'm already taking a lot of time, is the circle culture is also like, it's a little circle in every decision you made. You make it's you together, you lead by making decisions, and then you act, and then you measure. And that's one of the main things as well that makes decisions easier, that every consent decision has a limited period of time where you come back and have a look at it if it helps. So if you set a certain period of time for which a decision is worse, for how long it
what's the right period for a decision?
Yeah. So,
but Luise, the time is much further now than we wanted to take.
I'm sorry, I stopped now. So it's that were the most important principles in sociocracy. So
yeah, we want to practice it anyway. We want to make a little practice exercise with you. So, but the time is now 5 minutes to the next break. So I think it's good to introduce, maybe we can stop the recording just for a little break. Great. Okay, so now a short, a couple of words to Sociocracy 3.0. Then I'd like to go into the practical part with a couple of practical exercises for one little circle for Dream Circle and Dragon Dreaming, and then also for a circle for Sociocracy. So one of the main parts, because you have to know that Luise learned on the Sociocracy Center in Vienna, and this is, as far as I know, classical sociocracy. And there are also other parts of sociocracy, because both methods are completely free. That these are open source methods. Dragon Dreaming and also Sociocracy are free, so everybody can use it like ever they want. As long as you give the original link and the that you mention the source where it's from. In Dragon Dreaming, of course, it's so far clear you can use it like ever you want to. In Sociocracy, there are also a version 3.0, which means the main thing of my view, like I learned it and like I practice this, that it's completely without any hierarchy. So you try to avoid any hierarchies which you have in a classical sociocracy, like the main circle or a coordination circle, a leading circle, whatever, which you try to avoid in the Sociocracy 3.0. And another thing is that is much more driven by the driver, because each part of Sociocracy 3.0 starts with a driver. So attention, which is from point A until point B or C or whatever. So you come from a part and you want to go to another point, and to come to this other point, this is your driver. And then you try to you figure out in the group what you need for achieving your goals. So I don't want to go so far deeper into it, because there are complex thinkings behind that. And it would be really great if we find another workshop opportunity during this week to discuss the different parts of it and different methods on a more theoretical base, and to explore these methods a little bit deeper. But for now, it's much more interesting for you, it seems to me, if we have some practical parts, but not without any opportunity to ask questions if you have some. So do you have any questions to us right now?
no, I don't think there are questions. You can also like use the hand up or something. No.
That's fine. It's not not, yeah. We don't need any questions now if you don't want to. So then we like to jump into a practical part. What's the time now?
6 minutes past 6.
Yeah, that's cool. So then we have another 50 minutes less, let's say 40, because we like to have a serious checkout so that we can hear everybody at the end. But at first, we like to have a little dream circle just for 15 minutes. And I think everybody is kind of experienced in a dream circle. And we thought about an example which everybody could know. So that we thought we take a village where we live all together. So you and us and everybody are living together in a village in Utopica. Utopica is our country, and our village, I don't know, I forgot the name, but it's not so important. Utopica village, maybe. And in Utopica village, we have a little store. And this little store is, yeah, it's a little bit of pity, but Evelyn, which who is the owner of this little store, or the woman who was made it, but she's too old and she wants to quit. She wants to quit this store, and now it's completely clear there should be another living there. So the question that we have now is, if you think two years further, so it's now the 3rd of October 2024, and we're looking back. And maybe you write down the question. Oh, I forgot to mention the board.
I posted right now. There is a board where we can write our dreams now. You find it in the chat.
Yeah, maybe you can click on this link. FairChat is a partner with Faircom in Austria, which provides a couple of fair software parts, and we're using the Etherboard from them, the Etherpad. And maybe you can write down the question there, and then we go. I think it's the easiest should be in the alphabet, to go from the top to the bottom by alphabet, and answer the question in the dream that we're gonna start now. If you look back from the 3rd of October 2024, which we have today, if you look back to the last 2 years, what was happened that you can say, hey, the time here in our village that we spent here has not be couldn't be better in investing in our store, in our experiences with our little store here. What was happened? And this is just for making clear how this method works, yeah, the dream circle. So if there are any questions, please ask me. Otherwise, I would like to start, because I have an A in my name. And then I can continue to, maybe you can help me, who's the second one? If you go by alphabet, who will be the next?
Probably Anne.
Ah, yeah. Anne will be the second. So, but and the one who was telling the dream should get in touch with the one who pronounces dream, or that dream, because then we can reflect it together. Yeah, we will see. So the first is I was really happy about our party, which we had last Christmas. No, last Christmas, not so long ago. About in the end of the summer, 2 weeks ago, that we have in our store, and the products that we can see there. And I really appreciate the team who is running the stream, running the store. Luise, can you write it down for me, please? Because or Philly, can you write it down for me, the stream?
No, I did. I started.
Oh, cool.
Everybody
Cool.
on the board, can you see where we write?
And
Yeah,
can you see it?
See. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So
Okay.
then I pass it on to you. Maybe you can continue.
Sorry, Andreas, you said you're really happy about the party at the end of the summer, seeing the progress, and you really enjoyed the team running the store.
That's right. Great. Yes. Thank you.
So next would be Anne.
Thank you. Sorry that I haven't written down. I'll tell you. I'm happy with all the mates from the village that have thrived producing their products that are being sold at the store. The families that are cooperating and thriving, producing healthy stuff.
Ah, wow. Yeah.
Healthy food and for the village.
Can you say it again shorter? You were happy about the mates who were in the store, or what was the first part?
That there are many families, instead of like buying stuff from somewhere else, the people that live in the village are producing healthy stuff to be sold at the store.
Yeah, wow.
So we are all thriving.
Yeah, wow. Luisa, what did you write it down, or?
Yes, I did.
Can you read it?
And you were really happy, or you are now really happy with all the mates from the village that have thrived because they are producing healthy food together. Many families are included in this production process, and what they produce is sold at the store. They really cooperate.
Is that right for you, or?
Perfect.
Wow.
I see the process that all the population of the village have done together.
Cool. But that's short enough for now, I think. So maybe you'd like to pass through to next one. Who's the one after Anne?
I think it's me, Caro.
Yay.
Yeah.
And Anne, you reflecting her.
Yeah.
Please.
I'm grateful that the work in the shop is so self-determined, and that it's not really feeling like work, because it's also funny to work there. And yeah, that's it.
And it's your part to repeat that?
Yes, sure. Well, she said that she's happy because people are happy working there. That doesn't feel like working. It's having fun also. Was it that, Caro?
Yeah,
or
perfect.
right then.
Yeah, wow.
Anything else to add?
I think that could be a next circle. It's always good to be quicker than the brain is not so strong into, because more by intuition, driven by intuition. It's always good to go on because it should have fun by going around. So who's after Caro?
It's probably Holly. Holly, are you there? Holly?
Holly, if we can hear you, maybe you still.
I'm
here, but I was actually just about to send a chat that I have to go now.
Oh,
okay. So you want
But
to check?
I'd love to join for another thing, so I hope I'll see you all again soon.
Okay, so enjoy the night, the day on your side.
Bye.
Okay, goodbye. Who's after Holly?
It's probably me, Luise. I'm really happy that so many people are involved in a circular economy right now, because we are producing things and we share them in the store, but the store is not capitalistic anymore, because we exchange food there. So whatever people produce is shared there, and you bring something and you can take something.
Okay, can you just say it in short form that Caro can repeat that for you?
We are sharing food there. It's not a capitalistic store anymore. We exchange food.
Caro, can you?
Yeah. So Luise is celebrating that the way of the economy changed because the things that are produced there are shared. Everything is shared there. Yeah, am I right, or do you want to add something?
No, it's perfect.
I want to say that I typed it, Caro, so I'm not sure who's typing, so I just jumped in. So I just wrote that Luise is happy.
Svetlana, it was you. Thank you.
Yeah, that so many involved in a circular economy. So we produce and share the food in a store that is not capitalistic.
Is it fine for you, Luise?
Yes. Perfect.
Cool. Who's after Luise?
Martin, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Cool.
So what I like about this store is that there is possible to leave there some surpluses. You understand the word? I'm just translating. I will write it to the chat for any case. Yeah, that some people who they are bringing there their stuff what they can exchange, but I like this opportunity that there is this extra place where you can leave your surpluses for the people who don't have the money on the moment, like this social program of the store, and you can hang it there, some food for the people who don't have money now.
Ah, cool. Luise, maybe like to
Yeah, I wrote down, you were celebrating that it is possible to leave surpluses in the store for people who don't have the money at the moment.
Yes.
Then
Cool.
Svetlana would be the next. And Martin, can you write down and
I try. My English is not the best,
Svetlana,
but
yes.
I try.
I think we can help you.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Yeah, well, I see, like, I'm excited that we have children in the village
Mm.
who are part of the store, running the store, and they are learning. That's kind of how they're learning, through being a part of the store.
Martin,
So
do
I
you like
heard
it?
the children are part of the store and they can learn there. Is good enough?
Yeah.
Cool. Yippee. Yoo-hoo-hoo.
Yeah.
Really nice. So, who's after Svetlana?
Actually, we are finished with the first round because Stefan said he just wanted to listen and not participate actively.
No, that's fair enough for now.
Yeah,
And,
true.
I think there we can continue on that, and I don't want to do it now because of the time. So if I would ask you, is somebody missing any dream who wants to be mentioned for our little dream circle now? I do it in a Sociocracy way. So I ask me at first. No, I don't want to add anything. Anne, do you like to add any dream to this circle now?
No, not for now. Thank you.
Thank you. Who was after? Carol. Carol, do you like to add something now?
No, I'm fine, thanks.
Cool. Then after Carol was...
It was me. I'm happy with dream so far.
Cool. And after Luise was Martin. Do you want to add something now?
No, I'm also happy as it is. Thank you.
Cool. And after Martin was Svetlana. Do you want to add something now?
No, I was muted. No, I'm happy. It feels good.
Great. So we have now first impression of our dream circle in the reality. Of course, we would continue until everything is finished. And I tell all my students all the time, don't worry if you are not into it now. You can add something all the time because it will never die. Because we can change our dreams all the time, and we can the only thing which is stable is the change, you know. So yeah, don't worry if your dream is tomorrow a different one. You can jump into it. So but now in the reality check, we would do goals of it, and we would do objective settings, and then we would do some to-dos from that, and then we will be Caribbean. In the original language, nobody cares from the Aborigines who writes wrong or right. So if you pronounce anything wrong, or there's no wrong or right in the Aborigine language. Also for handling all the stuff with the faces and so on. You can do it like ever you want to. You can write everything like ever you want to. Nobody cares. It's really cool, basic, because as long as other people know what you mean, then it's okay. So from here, we jump into a part where we start with the sociocracy, because in a sociocracy, we can make the decisions where we cannot, which we don't have before. So we would start, okay, now we have the dream that there will be a cool shop. But for the beginning, we know we have to do a lot, and we do know that we need another $200,000 for it to renew the electricity, and the building needs some more preparations and so on. So we need another 200,000 euro, and the question can be, for example, how can we do it, and do we want to do it? Or Luise, which decision do you want to have now from the group?
It's probably rather, if we want to do that, I think you mixed two different examples now. The 200,000 have been the costs for a youth center, because we had different.
No. It was just by example for me. I don't care if it's for anything else or not.
So I think
stay on other one if you want to.
No. We can make the decision if we want to start working on that shop. Yeah, great. And do you like to do the driver on that and the moderation, or? Yes, I can. Or should I moderate that and you have the driver, or how we want to do it? If you have a good driver for, I write it down. So let us take the question. Do we want to make it with the store, and do we want to invest the money and go into it or not? Is it okay? The question for you, Luise? Yes. So then do you want to moderate that, or should I do it? Or? Yes, I can moderate it. Okay, cool. In the first round, we are collecting information. We're gathering the information. So we need $200,000, whatever. What else do we already know? We have the store is there, but it's quite old. We need to renew that. To renew the store. Now I'm kind of, if I write it down parallelly. Maybe somebody else can help you with writing. That's always a good idea. I would also recommend that that you share the roles. So there should be a role for the moderation, which is really important, and there should be different roles, so different person also, for writing down what has happened, and also for the timekeeping, and for the mood keeping. What is with the mood in a group, and so on.
I mean, I can write, but maybe it's also nice if someone from the group who's actually participating writes. Is there any?
No, you can do it if you want to. Wonderful, thank you, Finley. Yeah. Okay, so we know we want to renew the store. It will cost about $200,000. Maybe we want to have new furniture inside there. Maybe we need a little bit more space so that the families can bring the stuff they produce. Yeah, but keep on time, yeah. Keep an eye on the time, because yes, I know. I'm just trying to collect information we already have, so that we have a basis for the decision.
Is there anything? Is there a clear picture what we want to do so that you can decide that we want to go a step further? We want to make our dream come true. What questions are maybe still there?
And I think we also need to have like a team or people who would work there.
Maybe we can see here a big difference between Sociocracy and Sociocracy 3.0, because in my version of Sociocracy 3.0, she would moderate that, but she won't have the driver. So if somebody else has the driver to do it, then I would do only straight away a question round, just to ask everybody, do you have a question to this topic? As long as nobody else has any question more. Because not my part, if I would moderate it, to make a collection of anything, because I'm just moderating it. You know what I mean? So my part would be only to be the moderator and to say, okay, you have the driver.
Question? Yeah.
Yeah. And ask everybody with their names, huh? And go to their names and ask them. So.
I'm kind of confused right now, because I think the decision is not easy to make if we don't know what is part of the decision.
Are you fine with that? If
if you want to switch in, I'm happy.
Yeah, because of the time. So Anne, do you have any question to this topic?
Yes, for instance, what can we do? Do we have the money? Do we have a fund already, or we have to search for that?
No, sadly, we have to take money from the bank. So it's a credit which we would take. A darling, what's credit? No, what is it? The right word for it? Allowance or the
loan? Yeah, loan.
A loan. Yeah.
Loans. Yeah, it's a loans. Yeah.
Great, thank you for the information. That's important to get to know for me.
Of course. Thank you for the question. Then, Carol, do you have any question?
My question is there possibilities to also not take it as a loan, but to maybe just take part of it as a loan and to get the other part of it through, I don't know, a foundation or whatever?
Yeah, to be honest, we thought also about that, but we are not really far with that. Of course, we can think about collecting it or something, or private loans or something, I don't know, or fundings maybe as well. Yeah, maybe we can think about that. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for this question. Next was Luisa.
Yeah.
Luisa, do you have any questions?
I have a similar question. If we could do a crowdfunding as well as part of collecting the money. So we have part of the money from the bank and part of the money we are doing as a crowdfunding.
Yeah, we also discussed that, and I said, hey, that's really a lot of power that we need for that, and it takes so much energy, and we are not enough people for making a crowdfunding campaign. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we can also think about that part of that. Yeah, it's not really sorted out now. Is it okay for you with this answer right now? Okay, then Martin, do you have any questions to this topic?
Yeah, yes, actually, I'm just checking Andreas. Yes, so you now like playing some special role. which has the name like moderator?
Yeah, I do both now. Usually you would part that and you would split it in two parts, and one is the moderator and one is a person with a driver. But now to show you what's happened here in sociocracy, I do both. Thank you for this question. But
so yeah, my question is, if there is no, I know that it need the money, but is it not possible to do it without any money from outside to keep the store alive?
To be honest, we don't know. This is what we're thinking about as well. If we can make it without any money from outside. Is the answer for you okay right now?
Yeah, if this is what you know for now, yeah, it's fine.
Okay, thank you. Svetlana, what's with you? Do you have any questions to the topic?
Well, yeah, my question is whether we have we know, so if we decide to go with it, like, do we have any idea of what kind of model or process we want to use to move this project, taking that we have the money or whatever we have resources?
You asked for the question how to develop the project, or
yeah,
or
the model we're going to use
question
for developing the project and you know, kind of running the store.
Yeah, for the store we decided to make the Dragon Dreaming process on it.
Okay.
Is it the answer okay for you?
Yeah.
Maybe it's also an idea, but we can also think about that, to make an empowered fundraising project. Do you know what empowered fundraising is?
Power fundraising?
Empowered fundraising.
Empowered fundraising?
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard about it.
That's really powerful. That's really cool. But maybe another time to explore, explain it to you. Okay, that was our first circle of question. And do you have any question more right now?
No, thank you.
What's with you, Caro?
Can you estimate how long it will take to be able to pay back the loan of 200,000?
That's a good question, because we have 30 years for paying it back, because it's a building and building costs, and that's possible until 30 years. But of course, it would be better if we pay it back earlier, so 5 years, 10 years, or whatever. Then we go on with that. Is it answering your question?
Yeah, I also wanted to know, do you estimate how much money is like left over each month? And like, is it the 30 years? Will it take 30 years to pay back? Or is it more likely to be able to pay it back in 10 years because we can sell more and then, yeah, pay it back faster?
We didn't make any how do you call it? Rentabilitätsplan. Rentability plan. I don't know the English word for it. We didn't make it until now, but we should make it, I think, or a business plan. You know.
Okay.
Any question more of you, Caro?
No, thanks.
Cool. What's with you, Luise? Do you have any question more?
I was thinking about our dream that people are sharing there, and the money concept is, so we need the money to rebuild the store, to renovate the store. And no more questions.
Okay, thank you. And what with you, Marty? Do you have any question more? Martin, can
No,
I hear
I'm
you?
fine also.
Cool.
Sorry, just
You're Svetlana.
No.
All right. So then I'd like to have your opinions to this topic. And what do you think about this project on about my driver that
Wait,
I want?
before you
Okay.
do that, let me just say that it's 1841.
Yeah, that's cool because we don't have any break more, so we can make until 7.
Yeah, just because of checkout and stuff. Don't. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's just an example, so we can make it quick. But give us our opinions in a quick circle.
Sorry, how we will go on then? I didn't understand.
After opinion circle, then make a short consumption about a summary, a short summary about that, and then we have a short circle for how do you work with sociocracy circle. Just an example, you know, that we have a short introduction into it in the praxis.
So it's now the opinion of shall we do it?
No, it's the opinion which you think about this topic. You can, the driver is not from you, it's from me, the driver. So I'm listening to your opinions, and then I can decide with the driver what I do now with your opinions.
We're going in order again, right?
Yeah.
For example, yeah.
So we're doing it. Who is going first?
Yeah, and you are in now to say your opinion to this topic. Whatever you think about it. Maybe you can say, oh, please leave it, or please make a business plan, or whatever you want to. If you don't have any opinion, you can also say, go on. I don't want to say anything.
Yes, for now, I'm not sure of what to say. So
Okay, no, that's fine. Caro, what do you think about that?
I mean, I'm half convinced, I would say. Taking the loan of 200,000, it's still a huge amount, but I also don't have a veto. So yeah, I mean, we could go for it.
That's a really interesting learning. In sociocracy, there are no vetoes. There are only some resistance that you could have. And if you don't have any resistance, then you give the trust to the one with the driver that he or she can make it. So if you have any resistance, then you would say, I have some resistance, and then we all look together. We all together look for any opportunity to integrate it, and you find a good way to integrate that. And if there are no opportunities to integrate it, then it's not the time to decide it. But okay, I got you. And if you don't want to add anything, then we can continue, Caro.
Yeah.
Luise, what's with you?
My opinion is that we should go for it. I trust in you as a driver that we will be able to fund the money.
Okay. Thank you very much. And Martin, what do you think about that?
yes, I also think that we should go for it, and maybe to keep the version that for low cost it could stay open anyhow. To look for some low cost version, how to keep it open without that if it doesn't work.
Cool. Yeah, nice. Then the next question goes to, or the word goes to Svetlana. What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, I kind of agree with Martin. I feel like I'm not like fully convinced to go for it, because I feel like it would be good to have an alternative plan rather than just getting a loan from the bank.
Am I got you right that you have some resistance here on this part?
Yeah, yeah. So I feel like if we can have another plan, like empowered fundraising or something else.
Mm. So is the resistance as strong as have a, yeah, so that we need to go deeper into it?
Yeah, I feel like my
Cool.
resistance is pretty strong, because I feel
Yeah.
like if we're gonna go bank way and we want to create an alternative model, I feel like I don't know how it's gonna work.
Oh, that's fine. Svetlana, great. So there are, and now I'm speaking as a moderator. Usually I would not have both parts in one, and I would recommend each group always to split the role of the moderator and the one who has the driver.
Yeah.
It's not a good idea to make it in one role because it's too close to it. But now it's an example, so I did it just to make it clear for you. Now would be the point to say, okay, it takes more time because we cannot decide that now. In the group, there are too much unclearness points and too much question, and also one strong resistant. So it makes it quite clear that it takes more time and that we have to prepare it better and explore deeply. But now I would say that's a basic for giving you a feeling. We try to avoid any discussion. We just listen to the others. We try to hear each of the participants by question, by meanings, by opinions. And then if we collecting everything, then we can decide what we're gonna do with that. For me, it would be the part now to make a short circle of changing or exchanging our thinking about the workshop and this short impressions and so on. And Luise, do you think we can do the circle before we make the checkout round?
Well, I think we have 10 minutes right now, and we could combine it, like
Okay.
everyone sharing the impression of the workshop and check out. But I want to add that, from my opinion, with the objection from you, Svetlana, that we would have a proposal how to
Right.
go on.
Right. Yeah.
And then this could have been like we ask Andreas to work out the financial concept, like the one concept with the loan is already there, and to have an alternative concept with empowered fundraising, and then we meet again and we make the decision.
Really right, yeah.
So that we can hear the alternative as well. Yeah, that's what I wanted to add. So we don't just break up and say, okay, we need more information, but we make up the steps how we proceed, and when we meet again to make the decision, then.
Right.
See that? Do you see that as well, like this in Sociocracy as?
Yeah, it's both. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you have any resistance, it's necessary to make a suggestion for continuing or integrating or whatever. Yeah. All right, but so then I would like to follow your proposal, Luise, that we can combine checkout circle with
the feedback.
With feedback. Yeah, I would like to let it free. So whoever like to start, gonna start, and then you can continue to the others. And Stefan, if you want to join the circle, go for it if you want to, and Finny, you as well.
But shall we stop the recording for feedback?
No, I wouldn't do it, because I think it's cool to have it on a recording, the feedback as well.
Good.
If you have no resistance, I don't know. If you say no, I don't want to have it recorded, then we can stop it. What do you think, Luise?
For me, it would be like the check-in, that we don't record it. But if everybody is okay with recording the feedback, and you can give an honest feedback, then we can record it as well.
Well, then maybe we can ask if anybody is objecting to it.
Yes. Is anybody objecting that we are recording the feedback and check out? There are no hands up or something. Good, then let's go.
Just bear in mind that we only have 8 minutes and we're 8 people, so max 1 minute.
Well, I can go. I kind of feel like I could speak for a long time, but I'll just keep it short. You know, in terms of the workshop, I'm very grateful. I think I've never really experienced a workshop with like 2 models being like put next to each other, like different methods. So that was very interesting, and for me to experience. And with this short practices, I really got a pretty good feeling. I have a very good feeling about the dragon dreaming process because I've done a number of projects. That was new to me, but sociocracy was interesting, even though I'm working in a place that uses sociocracy, but I didn't know so much about it. So like now I feel like I have a better understanding. So that was new, like how it works. So, and I am seeing similarity, like what you showed in terms of different stages. And I still feel like, to me, the feeling is different, you know, like with the sociocracy. And it makes more sense to me now why in my place where I work, people, you know, prefer sociocracy, because I think the feeling that I have for sociocracy, it's more, you know, it's a little bit, you know, for example, for me to be in the role of resistor, like a strong resistor, like I still feel like my body is slightly shaking, like emotional, it's very hard. I think in sociocracy, there is not a lot of space and time, from my experience here with, you know, emotions. You know, it's all very much into like the thinking realm, you know, what do you think, you know, and like just keep going. And then the goal is just to be efficient. And with the dragon dreaming, I think there is a little bit more element to relax. It also, that's why it also takes a longer time in the process. So, and I guess my question, but now I feel like I have more ways to think about it, how they could bridge, because I also see how both are important in different ways. So thank you so much.
Do you like to continue to somebody else?
Do you mean to pass to someone?
Yeah, to pass to someone.
Yeah.
Sure, I would like to pass to Martin.
Cool.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm a bit sorry that I come too late because I have many questions. I got just feeling behind that. What is it about? But I think I missed some technical information. I see there is leader, there is delegate, there is moderator, there is driver, and it's not clear for me who is doing what. And yeah, I'm just curious if is it possible somehow to answer these questions for me, to search for it somewhere, or where is another opportunity?
Martin, you have the opportunity to drop a mail to Luise. She's working on the Sociocracy Center in Vienna. And you can also drop a mail to me if you want to, but there are opportunities to continue that, to continue on that, if you want to.
Yeah,
And,
I'm super curious and interesting.
Martin, we didn't make up the roles clearly for this decision now, because it was just an example. But usually in the circle, you would have all the roles. You would have this person who is the driver in S3 in good old sociocracy. It's the leader or the coordinator of a circle. And you have the delegate, and you have the moderator, and you have a person who makes the.
Hey, Luisa,
yeah.
we don't have the time. We have to leave this room at 4 minutes.
Yeah, but I just wanted to. Yeah, I wanted
continue
to
it later on privately.
tell Martin that we didn't make up all the roles before we started the decision. So.
Okay. So for now, I will pass it to Caro.
Thank you. I'm very grateful for this workshop because we tried out practical a lot. So I'm happy for this. The last half hour I got stressed because it was like too less time, and yeah, I got stressed on that. But still, I'm very grateful to be part of this, and yeah, thank you. And I pass to Anne.
Yeah, Louis, also for you, Caro, for each of you, if you want to stay in touch, drop your mails. We keep it in the throw here.
Thank you. Well, I'll keep it short because I also would like to talk a lot about many things that we have experienced today. I thank you for the opportunity to see how you merge both methodologies. And so I would say that I also use systemic consensus instead of the sociocratic way just for the decision making. I have experienced that it turns everything more quicker and easy, but we don't have the time to talk about that. And I also felt something like what Svetlana said about the feelings. And so I also used part of the youth theory practice, the TPS, and ask specifically to each and everyone to check how what you see, what you feel, and what you sense about everything, so that we learn how to discriminate all that, and then we can say if we have a high resistance, in a more intuitive way. You can raise one hand, no hand if you have no resistance, and it's okay for you that we go on. One hand if you have a slight resistance, and two hands if you don't tolerate the driver what we have proposed. So, well, but no more time. So thank you.
Maybe we make another session this week. Maybe we'll make another session this week. I think it would be really interesting to have another session where we talk about the different views on that, and let's see. But thank you, Anne, for your comment. And do you pass through to anybody?
Who else
pass
is
on?
lacking?
It's just Stefan left.
Yes.
Luise left.
I just say goodbye and get well soon, Andreas.
Yes, sir. And then you can pass to Luise, Finley,
Yeah,
or
I pass
me.
to Luise.
Yeah, I'm really happy that you have been participating so intensely, and next time we need more time, because I am with Caro. I'm kind of stressed that we couldn't we hadn't enough time for the practical experiences. But I thank you so much for sharing and for taking part. Thanks a lot. I pass on to you, Andreas.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, the time is gone, so short. I also like to say thank you to each of you and apologize for this stress at the end. It's our first time that we made it, a workshop together, in the workshop on this way. So please apologize that we take so much time for different parts, but I'm appreciating your commitments for the session here, and that you were here. And if you like to, we collect this email addresses and then we'll see. And then I give the last word to Finley and say thank you, Finley, for your help, for support and so on.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks everyone for being here.
Thank you so much. I just wanna, sorry.
No, I'm done.
Sorry, I cut you off.
No, I'm done. I just said have a nice evening, everyone.
Yeah, I just quickly want to say, if you wanted to have another session, I'm interested in it. Like Thursday would be the best day for me. Just wanted to put it out there. Wednesday is also possible.
All right. Thank you very much, and have a good day or evening or whatever you do. Do it with your heart, I will tell you. So, Finley, please don't leave the room without collecting or copying the chat. Yeah.
Saving the chat. Yeah.
Saving the chat. Yeah.
But
okay. We are meeting us in the phone room right now.
Yes. And we should stop the recording